Look, I'm gonna be real about this. All right, when I heard about Sony actually pricing up their own console, the PS5, $700 US, and then an optional $80 if you want to actually have that system provided with the actual disk drive. This is the thing. I already hate Sony's guts just because they're letting their publishers down. Maybe you've heard Helldivers 2. You've also heard Conquered. Maybe you've heard of those games. If there is one thing that I'm sure of when it comes to Sony, is that they have a bad track record of keeping their publishers happy, and they only just give them a straight face. Basically, Sony is just like a robot right now. So I wouldn't exactly be surprised if they would actually be bumping up the price of their own consoles just because they're losing money. They're basically losing money here. I mean, the only reason they're actually doing this is to compensate themselves with the losses of sales. It makes absolute sense, right? I'm not crazy here, am I? I mean, you're seeing it too. Considering that it is already ridiculous enough, the Pro didn't have to actually get that far up when it comes to pricing. $399 for all the digital edition of the PS5, and $499 for, well, if you're going to include the disc drive itself, the Blu-ray. So you see the stark difference between the Pro and the PS5. Heck, I'm not even buying their system, so what do I care? What I care about is that they're being extremely greedy. They're being extremely greedy. They're already failing when it comes to their publishers, keeping their publishers happy, keeping the players happy, and they're now going to bump up the price. That is expected of Sony. This is why Sony sucks ass. No, really. They really do suck ass. Why am I fucking not surprised, huh? Why am I fucking not surprised? You thought what I said earlier was actually enough to really just convince you. Well, let me just give you more context as to what Sony means to me. Alright? Let's just be clear about this. Sony has been a big part of us. Televisions, consoles, well, been a big part of me because I experienced the PlayStation, the very first PlayStation 1. Then there's also the PlayStation 2. Then I also experienced the PlayStation 3. The PS4 and the PS4 Pro didn't really get it because we didn't have money. And of course, there's the PS5. I will not even get my hands on it. First off, it really is a technological marvel. I'm sure it is. But let's just be absolutely clear. It's like the PS5 is being made on par with the most expensive personal computer there is. It makes me really, really feel like it's a jarring experience. Fine, you can have the most optimum gaming experience there is, but it's just hard to get. It's just absolutely just hard to get. But these days, I really just think that Sony is just compensating itself from whatever problems it's having. Look, Sony in itself is a big publisher. It has subsidiary publishers. It's just, whatever their losses, they're going to compensate the losses of their sales with the actual price of their own hardware. So that is the price of us not liking your games or not agreeing to your policies at all. You're just honoring what your player base wants. Seriously. Creative directions and consumer rights, they should be maintained. I mean, it makes a lot of sense, right? Why would you want to take that away? Helldivers 2 is supposed to be played by even Filipinos. They love the game. Some of them were able to buy it, but those who were not able to actually get through the PlayStation Network thing, it's just... it really sucks ass. But then again, you guys just want to make sure that you make the most out of your purchase. You just make the most out of the value of your own products, right? I mean, I know I'm just repeating myself like a broken record, Sony, but blocking out the rest of the world to access a game that they are possibly going to like, or like in case that they've already experienced it, that is not a way to conduct yourselves when it comes to facilitating a live service. I hope Helldivers 2 just crashes to the ground, as it should, because you guys have interfered. And then there's Conquered. Gameplay-wise, ideology-wise, and metaphysically-wise, it fails entirely. Of course it shuts down because it did not receive enough sales. I'm sorry, it's not because there are soy boys who don't like the PlayStation. It's just that your own game sucks. You better fucking deal with it. And then you're just gonna compensate yourselves from the losses of your sales with bumping up the price to $780 fucking US dollars. That is an insult to us gamers who should know better than what you're doing. This is why we understand independent firms more. Not big, bloated companies like you, Sony. You're not a game publisher by yourselves, but assigning game publishers to actually do your work and then shitting out games that don't even mean a lot to us. You want to do it with your eyes closed. You don't even want to experience the pain that we're experiencing here. The best that we want from you is for you to experience how down to earth we are with what we love. We want you to actually be in our shoes. For once, Sony. Be in our shoes. See where we stand on things. Why not? Of course, you don't want to. You don't want to actually be in the place of us peasants. You don't even care about us. Why should you care about us? You're gaining a lot of money. Fuck you, Sony. All you really just care about is just grabbing hold of our wallets and emptying it. All you fucking care about is doing that. You think we don't know? You think we don't fucking know what you're doing, Sony? You think we don't fucking know? God, you guys are so fucking annoying. Abso-fucking-lutely annoying. And here I am thinking that you guys are going to just stick to just being a game company that actually dishes out good hardware. Fine, you dish out good hardware, we can admit that. But of course, the value of your hardware is the compensation that you guys need because of the losses of the products that you make. Bad games, right? Fuck you, Sony. 400 to 500 a pop. You guys are absolutely fine with it. All right? You bump up another $200 fucking dollars. That's a pattern in itself. You guys are starting to lose. You guys are absolutely starting to lose. You know what you guys should do? Just rot all the way. Just rot in hell, all of you. Every fucking corporate suit. Every fucking corporate suit there is, Sony. That's what you guys should do. Rot in hell. Fuck you all.